One more minute or so. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Diane Van Gorder. Haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Brandy.
Hi. Hi.
All right. I think we're right up at noon, and I think people are still going to be joining us in the next few minutes, but thanks so much. Listen, there's kind of a little fun party that happens in the 5 minutes before this meeting starts. And so if you ever have extra time and just want to jump on, I mean, party, I'm overstating things, but we kind of have some fun, informal conversation. And so if you're ever interested in jumping on a few minutes early, I'm usually here early. And I'm happy to talk to whoever wants to join in a little bit early into the call. So hello, everybody. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year. We're here in a new year.
JoLynn, you got muted.
I see that. Thank you. I saw it pop right up. Thanks, Julianne. Happy 2022. It's my fervent hope and wish that this next year is better for everybody. Our best days are ahead and brighter than 2020 and 2021. And we're just going to keep moving forward one day at a time. I want to especially start this meeting by thanking our Spokane area rehab teams at Sullivan Park and Rockwood South Hill welcomed me into their buildings at the end of December. And I just had such a great time with your teams. And my goal is to get to a couple of facilities a month, if not more. And certainly this latest COVID variant has shut down my ability to get out there and get into the facilities and communities, but that is my goal this year. And so just be prepared. I might be reaching out, especially if you're in the Portland area, getting to you, but also Las Vegas. I saw our Las Vegas team on here. I really want to get down there. I have a gift for your executive director that he asked for specifically. So I might be popping in at some point to see you all as well and see your lovely community. So thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for joining our call. I know that this is time out of your day, and I just want to jump right in. One of the commitments that I made to myself, to the leadership team, and to you all at the end or mid-year last year was really sharing the company's strategic plan and our business plan for 2022. And so I'm going to take a few minutes today. I'm going to apologize to our directors who are in director training this week, because some of these slides are going to be a repeat of what we covered, a little bit of what we covered in our time together on Monday. But I really felt like it's important to share with you all the vision and the direction of the company as we move into this year and really beyond. So I'm going to share my screen for a moment, share some slides with you. Maybe, there we go. Okay. So can you all see our mission and vision, first of all? Yes, okay. So with this, as you all know, we set a new mission and vision for Infinity Rehab this year, and you can see them here on our slides. And our mission being that we want to set the standard for successful aging by delivering the best of science with the art of caring. And our vision statement, we retired. So our mission statement, our former mission statement, we've had for the last 22 years. And mission statements don't change very often. And so it was a big decision as a leadership team. We polled several of you in the field and talked about this. And then we spent a lot of time on this. But we felt like we are at such an inflection point in the history of healthcare and skilled nursing and therapy services that it was time to really lean into a new mission statement. Our vision statement that we retired was about 6 or 7 years old. But again, along with setting a new mission statement, we felt that it was time to recast the vision of Infinity Rehab for the next several years. And really, this being our final vision statement that we settled on, with, again, feedback from many of you, not all of you, but from many, many voices in the field, that our vision is to be the first choice for high value rehabilitation in every home and community. And why is that important? It really is important in setting the direction of the company, where we want to grow, what we want to be, who we are as an organization. Let me see if I can forward this to the next slide. Okay, our values, you might recognize the values. We are not changing our values. Our values are still very much who we are and how we operate on a daily basis. So these values that have served us for the last 22 years, at least for right now, we felt no need to change these values. The feedback we've had over the years has been, yes, these values are still very relevant in our daily work that we do every day. So I want to talk a little, oh, wait, that went way too fast. Okay, how do we, oh, for heaven's sakes. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my slide deck. Let me stop this for a moment. Let me just go here. Let's see if I can enlarge it. The slideshow. All right. How do we translate our vision and our mission into actual business, like the work you all do every day, right? And so I wanted to share this slide. It's a little bit busy, but let me orient you to it just a little bit. You can see our vision right here at the very top, where we're going, what the outlook is. And then our mission is just really who we are as an organization. You know, we really believe in science. We know you all, as you're delivering care to our seniors, have this art of caring that you deliver every day along with that science. And out of that grew, what are the major themes as an organization that we, where do we want to go this year? And 3 themes really emerged from the work that we did. And the first is to grow Infinity Rehab. The second is we want to be profitable. We want to add value to our customers. And the third is that we want to achieve operational excellence. And, you know, when I was talking to the DORs earlier this year, Ian asked an excellent question. So Ian, I just want to repeat your question. And because I think all of you this might resonate with all of you, but why should you care? Why should you care if Infinity Rehab grows? You're, you know, working with our patients every single day. And why does it matter to you that Infinity Rehab would grow? And so let me share with you all what I talked to Ian and the DORs about. And that is this. If we're not growing as an organization, we cannot continue to really deliver on our commitment to take care of you all, take care of our clinicians in the field by giving things like raises or having good benefits, having a 401k plan, or even having the corporate support that, you know, from our HR department to the IT department to marketing even, or our area rehab directors. If we're not growing as an organization, we cannot continue to deliver that. And here's the reason for that. I've never once had a customer come to me, an existing customer or maybe a potential customer, and say, hey, we don't think you're charging us enough, JoLynn, and we want to give you a raise. Nobody in the history of Infinity has ever said that. What we get instead is, hey, can you deliver care for my patients for less money? So, and we also have clinicians that we want to give raises to year after year. We did not schedule raises. We couldn't give raises last year because of so many uncertainties that we saw. This year, we did budget raises into our budget process. And how do we do that? With therapy costs escalating, with customers coming to us and asking for price discount. The only way to increase wages and continue to deliver benefits, which I don't know if you all know, but our benefits costs go up every single year. I've never been approached by our healthcare insurance company and said, hey, we're going to cut your rates this year. It's every year, it's like double-digit increases to our healthcare costs. And we negotiate, we go back and forth for several weeks, maybe months in negotiating how can we shrink that ask that they're giving us. And so it really, why does it matter to you all that we grow Infinity Rehab? It's that we want to give back to you all. We want to give raises. We want to make sure that our benefits are some of the best in class and that we are able to continue to deliver on that. So those are really important themes for us at Infinity Rehab this year. And underneath all of that, from just a business perspective, here's how we build out on those themes. There are really these 4 areas, 4 perspectives, if you will, that really lead to achieving those goals that we've set. The most important you're going to see down here is the foundation of our company. It is our human capital. What is human capital? It's you all. It is the therapists who are delivering the care every single day. And it's our home office support team that supports you all. You're our most important factor of Infinity Rehab as our people. And it is, again, it's the bottom of the pyramid. It is the foundation of our organization, are the humans who do the work every single day. So these aspects of our organization are really critical, and we need to focus on each one of these in order to really have a strong organization. The second is this internal perspective. So you think about the operations that the area directors and the directors of rehab are doing, and that you as staff clinicians are delivering every single day to our patients that we're serving. So that's part of it, as well as, being innovative, managing our customers, and being good corporate citizens. All of that leads to a positive customer experience and the customer perspective, what they're asking us for. In order to deliver that, we need those prior two levels in the organization. If you do the right things for these three, you're going to lead. It's going to lead us to a positive financial perspective. And as much as we may not as therapists want to care about finances and think about finances, the bottom line is, if we don't have the capital, the revenue, the profitability to deliver great results, we can't live into our mission. One of my best examples of this is we were talking to a nurse, or not a nurse, but a sister in the Catholic health system that we used to do business in. And she was just like an amazing businesswoman, like just hard hitting, driving results. And you don't necessarily think about that, but she was like, listen, no money, no mission, right? If there's no money, you cannot live out your mission. And so when we think about the company and delivering care to our seniors and the mission that we want to deliver upon, we need to think about those financial aspects really in order to do that. So I wanted to share this with you all because I think it's important, again, that everybody in the company understands where we're going as an organization this year, the parts, what we're driving for. I will also share with you, I didn't include this in the slide deck, but under each one of these perspectives, we as a leadership team have identified key performance indicators, goals, strategies, and objectives so that we can measure, are we making progress as we move through the year of 2022? And we are going to be meeting quarterly and looking at where we are in that process throughout the year. So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. I hope. There we go. My Zoom meetings are being a little funny sometimes. And I want to set the stage with that, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information. But before I do, one of the things I want to talk to you all about is, I don't know if you saw the Insider last Friday, but we talked about a senior therapist role that we're rolling out. We're super excited about in the organization. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you where that might fit into the plan, where it does fit into the plan that I just shared with you. But before we go there, I'm going to invite Derek Fenwick to unmute his line. And I've asked Derek to present a little bit today about our senior therapist new role that we've created in the company and to share with you all. So Derek, are you here? I don't see you.
I am.
There you are. Now I see you.
Snuck in a little late.
Okay.
Sorry,
Right.
HR called and it took a minute, but I'm here.
Right. Great.
And I heard all that. So thanks for the
Okay.
great setup, JoLynn. And it's so awesome. I always enjoy just kind of scrolling through everybody's faces and seeing you all on here now. Yeah, so big news at Infinity Rehab, senior therapists, that lead article, we got a lot of views. We learned from our marketing comms manager. And like JoLynn said, we're just super excited about this. I think when we think about taking a big leap into the mission and vision, the words and the meaning behind this work that you all helped with in the last year, the senior therapist is a major step. And what I've heard in some of the early feedback that's come in from different places is that it's causing questions, it's causing excitement, it's causing confusion, it's causing everything. And I just want to honor that all that's true. Like this is different. Absolutely, this is different. And it's different in a really good way, in that we want to elevate our clinical focus, and we want to really empower and have a leader even more so than we have today. We've got clinical champion, level 2 and 3. We've got clinical knowledge brokers, but to intentionally have a lead clinician in, or more, depending on how big these networks are, each place to really drive the patient care decisions in conjunction with all of you that are already contributing to that today. And have some time and space to kind of not just deliver great care, but kind of step back, look at the data, ask questions where we need to, coach where we need to. That's what we imagine for this senior therapist job, and why we're so excited to have that. And honestly, why, we've gotten the question, it's like, why didn't we start small? Why did we go all in? And part of it is because we need that transformation. We need to start to lean into that. We need to deliver the training for the people in those roles, and leverage up the people that are, we've got a lot of internal candidates that have been interested in that, which is super exciting. And I have a little visitor that might be coming in the corner of my, hold on, buddy. Hold on 1 second. He's battling. He had a fever the last 2 days, and luckily he feels better today, but it means that he's Zoom bombing me a whole bunch. So, but anyway, yeah. So I just thanks JoLynn for that opportunity. We hope that, and I know, I think JoLynn may speak to this in a minute, but we know there are questions. We know there are curiosities. How does this fit? What does this mean for my department, my team? We've got things in the motions with trying to get more information to directors, and certainly training with people that are going to be entering the senior therapist role. And we really hope that over the months to come, it really becomes that transformative role, and keeps driving us toward the things that you've seen on the slides from earlier today with JoLynn. So thanks for that, JoLynn. I'll kick it back to you if I missed anything you wanted to cover or anything else.
No, I think that's great. Thanks so much for that. If you didn't see last week's Insider, just go take a look at it. But like Derek said, Meg shared with us yesterday that there was a lot of views. I've had a couple of emails from a few clinicians in the field. And so I know that there's some questions, there's some excitement around this. We also know, Derek brought up the fact, why did we jump into this just both feet ahead, 70 positions? Well, the fact is, it's much like other projects and programs and implementations that we've done at Infinity. We did pilot this. We did pilot the senior therapist role in several facilities, and we were really excited by the results we saw from that. And it felt the time is right to do this. And so hopefully, let me just share my screen again with you all, and just to share with you, where does this fit? I just shared with you strategy and themes and perspectives. And so let me share again. So, back to this strategy map and with the senior therapist, I talked about human capital. This is the foundation of our organization. The humans in our organization affect culture, and we really see the senior therapist role working in conjunction with the directors in their networks, and working with the senior directors, with the clinical knowledge brokers, with the area rehab directors, and providing a whole nother level of support to our clinicians in the field, impacting our culture. It's certainly a different organizational role, right? So when you talk about org design and what organizational design looks like, this certainly is a change on our org design. And it really, one of the reasons we're doing this is to make ourselves an agile organization and to be able to scale it pretty quickly. What that does in turn is it impacts the internal perspective, especially around this goal of achieving operational excellence, which then feeds into our customers seeing success with that high quality program that they're all expecting, that we've promised that we're going to deliver on, which then feeds in again to success. If you do the right things here, it leads to this positive financial perspective that we see. And so just that one change alone, you can see where it starts to have tentacles throughout this strategy that we have as an organization this year. So I'm going to stop sharing again, just because I want to be able to see more of your faces as I talk. So I'm sure that there are a lot of questions around what we're doing, how this is all going to work. What does this mean for me? I'm sure that there's lots of questions like that. And I'm not going to be able to address all of those questions today, but I do want you to know that we are planning some next steps with this. We're excited about this position for the long-term solutions that we see for the future of our organization. We're constantly revisiting our business, really just in order to ensure that our company remains viable and strong, that we can give back to you all in the field. And so in the next few weeks, probably over the next 2 months, here's some things that you can expect to see. So for area rehab directors, we're planning some additional times together to really talk this process through. Once that happens, we're going to be scheduling a series of small DOR meetings, small in time. We're not like 2 full days or 3 full days where we would come together, but a couple of chunks of time, maybe 2 hours at a time, where we're going to start unpacking this with the leaders in the field, to understand how all these pieces are going to fit together, how it impacts day-to-day work and the workflow that you already have, in your programs. And then fill in any gaps in knowledge, answer the questions that you might have. So be on the lookout for that. I already have Nancy starting to kind of scope out our calendars in advance in the month of February and maybe even into early March to start this process and really start these conversations. So if you have questions, throw them into the chat or email your area rehab director, because we're going to have some meetings with them, Stacy Turner or myself or Derek. We're happy to take your questions. We may not have an immediate answer for you, but listen, we know feedback is a gift. And so if you have feedback for us, we want to hear it, and we'll promise you some feedback in return to answer your questions. One more thing I want to talk about, and then really that's all I have prepared for today, but this is about our review process. So for those of you who've been with the company for longer than a year, you probably realize that this is about the time of year that we push out reviews to the field through UltiPro. But a couple of things have come up. First of all, this is one of the busiest times of year for us traditionally. That's the first thing. COVID surge is thing number 2. Launching the senior therapist alone wouldn't have been enough for us to reconsider our review process, but that's part of this as well. And so the other thing that we've heard loud and clear, and that we know from prior experience, is that our review process through UKG, gosh, it's just not the most loved process or procedure that we have at Infinity Rehab. It's a little clunky, that we've had some feedback from people that maybe it takes too much time and maybe it's not as effective as we want it to be. So when we look at the totality of all of that information, we decided as a leadership team to just move, not do reviews this year, but to move them back by a month. And this will allow a couple of things. First of all, it will allow us to get through this latest COVID surge that we're seeing. It will give everybody a little bit of breathing room. But more importantly, what it's doing is allowing us to work on an active solution to the feedback we've heard about the UKG clunky process. So Derek and the HR team, Anne, thank you for your work on this. They're really working on a solution that we think is going to serve us better in the long term. If you've done parts of this review already this year, don't worry, it's not going to waste. Keep doing what you're doing. But what we're working on right now is going to improve the delivery of the annual review process, and really that conversation, that dialogue that goes into the review process, which is the most important piece of it, right? It's not the filling out the boxes and the sending the forms. It's really that connection that leaders and staff have together to move reviews and move our professional development forward. So Derek, I don't know if there's anything more you wanted to add to that.
I want to just touch a couple things. I think you covered it really well. First and foremost, you've seen the insider article saying go put updates on your goals, and that's still going to serve you. What we're not going to do is like completely abandon the fact that we need to have candid dialogues. What we need to do is work around some of the limitations of the platform that we've been doing them in. And so that's what I've been working with Anne and Jen Newman, who senior director up in Seattle area, on kind of a, where do we need to go to have more of a culture of ongoing conversation. And we're going to take the opportunity that we have right now to say, let's try something a little bit different. So the spirit of reviews will still exist, but we anticipate making them more focused, more streamlined, more dialogue with less administration back and forth in the platform itself. And so be on the lookout for that to launch really soon, and hopefully launch us into this culture of ongoing feedback that we want to have and have wanted to have for a long time. And so that's all I would add.
Okay, thanks, Derek. And so be assured there is a review process. You will be getting a review. We do have pay increases budgeted for this year. So I just wanted to just reiterate all of that to you all. There were a couple of questions that came in on the chat. Sarah Russell asked if we expect much travel for the senior therapist position. And the short answer to that is no, we don't really expect much travel for that senior therapist position. And so Sarah will get more information, or to any of you who are interested in that. And then Christina Fenning, you asked how many senior therapists will there be in each area? Well, Christina, that is a very good question. And it really depends on the number of skilled lives. And so what Stacy Turner has done in conjunction with Derek and Patty, they have worked so hard on this over the last several months, but looking at networks of communities that work together already, or maybe we can conceive working together, and how many skilled patients do we treat on average in each of those networks, and then we base the number of senior therapists on that number. And we know that from our pilot that the senior therapists can manage about 25 lives, skilled lives. And so when I say lives, I'm talking about our patients, right? So I don't mean to call them, or to depersonalize that, but we know one senior therapist can handle about 25 skilled patients. And so that's how we've set those networks up. So it will vary by network, Christina. And if you look at our job postings, you can kind of see where those 70 positions reside and what positions we've opened in each of the networks. And the networks, we'll get more information to you all on that. Again, is something that's been in development, but we still know we have a lot of information to get out there to the field. So, all right, you guys. So thanks for those early questions. I really appreciate it. We want to be as transparent and open with this as we can. We don't have all the answers we do yet that we can even share, but we are moving forward with this. We're very excited about it. And I think that there's a lot of excitement in the field as well. So thanks for your time again today. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And if you have questions, reach out. Happy to try to answer them for you. Thank you. Greg, thank you.
I'm not sure if Nancy is interested in that role. But.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. No.
Yeah. You have to be a therapist, first of all. Nancy is already our queen bee. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for your time, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next month.
Hi, guys. Nice to see you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, hi.